Last time on Rise of the Soul Queen, he stepped from the shadows, an arcane, violet flame in hand, a warning in his smile. Talia drew her blade. David stood firm. The teens watched, eyes wide. Thomas spoke in riddles, hints wrapped in secrets, names unspoken, histories long buried. We learned of them, their past, their history. But when questioned, he said the word, Seryn. Everything shifted. Not just for the teens, but for David and for Talia. Thomas had entered. The arcane had returned. Welcome to episode 8. To protect the Seryn. David is on edge. The moment with Talia lingers in the air, but something shifts, a prickle down his spine. A feeling, something you only get when something's wrong. He scans the room, eyes sharp, his gut tightened. Emily, where's Zoe? Emily straightens, blinking fast. Her hands freeze in place, still holding Kat's arm. I don't know. She was right here. They both turn. Talia steps forward, already searching. Emily turns in a slow circle, calling Zoe's name. But the teen is nowhere to be found. Panic ripples through the space. David's jaw clenches. Damn it. He starts to move, but Talia stops him gently. I'll find her. No, he says, shaking his head. We can't lose sight of anyone, not now. From the far side of the room, Thomas watches them, calm, smiling. You have no idea, do you? And just like that, the room drops a few degrees colder. David doesn't wait. In a blur of movement, he's across the room. He grabs Thomas by the collar and lifts him clear off the ground. Golden light pulses around his fist, casting jagged shadows on the wall. His eyes blaze like starfire, and when he speaks, his voice cracks through the space like thunder. What have you done with the child? Thomas's breath catches. For a second, he almost laughs. Nervous. Shaky. Easy, Soul Guardian. I haven't touched her. I've been right here. You've had eyes on me the whole time. Emily steps back, her mouth parting in shock. Her voice is soft, small, childlike. Uncle David? The others freeze. No one dares move. Talia's stance shifts, legs braced, body low. Her red eyes flare as her hand hovers near the blade at her hip. She's ready. David ignores them all. He yanks Thomas in closer, his power humming hot against the man's chest. I said, what have you done with her? His voice quakes with fury. You're not alone, are you? Something flickers behind Thomas's eyes. His tone drops, the mask slipping. Let me go, he says, steady now. I promise you, I'm alone. I mean you and these people no harm. No one knows I'm here. A pause. Then Talia's voice, cool but firm. I think he's telling the truth. David hesitates. She speaks again. Let him go. David stares down Thomas, searching his face for any sign of deceit. Thomas doesn't flinch. He simply says, almost in a whisper, I did nothing, but I know where she is. David's fists stay clenched. Where? Thomas lifts his hands in calm surrender. Please, release me and I'll show you. A long pause, then David's hand loosens. He lets go of Thomas's collar and takes a step back, still coiled with suspicion. Talia moves to his side, laying a grounded hand on his shoulder. David exhales but shakes her off. Not now. Talia meets Thomas's gaze, firm and steady. Take us to her, as you promised. Thomas offers the smallest of smiles. It's not a long trip. He turns and gestures towards the far end of the room, where a single window sits in a shadow. A metal shutter hangs over it, closed, sealed. But in front of it, Zoe. She's seated on the ground, cross-legged, eyes half closed in stillness. A faint glow surrounds her, soft, pulsing light, like breath made visible, blue, cool, ancient. Hovering near her chest is a delicate orb of light, not quite physical, not quite spiritual. It pulses with warmth and mystery. The shadows cast dance across the walls. David takes a step forward. His eyes widen, stunned. Talia smirks, just barely. David turns back to Thomas. "What is this?" Thomas smiles knowingly. "As I said, you don't know. I believe you have another visitor." David frowns and turns sharply back to Zoe. She hasn't moved, still seated, still in meditation, still wrapped in that soft, ethereal glow. Emily starts to take a step forward, instinct, concern, but David raises a hand without looking. "Stay back." She obeys instantly. David circles Zoe slowly, reverently. He doesn't touch her, doesn't disturb her. His instincts are locked in, ancient and alert. He moves to the shuttered window. He places his hand against it, closes his eyes, and pauses, breathing, feeling. Then his eyes fly open, sharp, wide, alarmed. He jerks his hand back as if burned, taking 2 full steps away from the window. He mutters something in an old tongue, a soul dialect, guttural and low. Talia immediately stiffens. David turns, scanning the room. Talia, Thomas, the teens, and then looks back at the window. He draws a deep breath, and he says firmly, "Are you ally or enemy?" Silence, then a voice, soft and echoing, like fog slipping between stone. A woman's voice. "I am always ally of soul," it says gently. "Be not suspicious of me." David closes his eyes and exhales, shoulders easing just enough to move. He turns to Talia. She nods, blade ready in hand. David faces the shutter again. "Then show yourself." And in that instant, a burst of brilliant blue light fills the room. A door of light opens in midair like a rip through mist, radiant and alive. She steps through. She is a vision. Her hair, long, golden, flowing like water. Her eyes gentle, luminous, seeing everything. Her smile is warm, ancient, and knowing. She glides as if gravity has no hold on her. She moves past Zoe, still seated, and stops in front of David. They lock eyes. David blinks, a flicker of awe breaking his posture. He's seen wonders before, but not like this. Behind him, Talia rolls her eyes. The teens are frozen. Thomas grins. "Now this is getting interesting," he mutters. The woman finally speaks. "Guardian of soul," she says with grace that silences the air, "I thank you and your companions. I've been searching for my Seryn for centuries." She turns toward Zoe, lifts a hand, and the glowing aura around the girl slowly dissolves. Zoe stirs, blinks. What's going on?" She stands, blinking again, visibly disoriented until she meets the woman's gaze. And then, just like that, she calms. Peace floods her face, like reuniting with someone you'd forgotten you loved. The woman turns back to David. "Identify yourself," he commands, his voice taut with duty. She smiles, softly. "I am Lily," she says, "guardian of water. I serve the Tua, my lord." The room is silent, stunned. Zoe steps forward, drawn toward the radiant figure. She and Lily lock eyes, and something ancient and unspoken passes between them. For the teens behind, soft murmurs. Emily mutters, "So she's a Seryn thing princess too?" Kat, with her eyes wide, "I guess so. And her guardian's like a literal beauty queen. Did you see that portal?" Talia, arms crossed, mutters dryly, "And why are you here?" Lily smiles and nods gracefully to Talia. "Same as you, to protect my Seryn." David, stepping forward, "Protect? Protect from what?" Lily's face darkens. She glances to Thomas. "I'm afraid I'm not the only one who's found you. They followed him." Thomas's expression shifts, dead serious. "Followed me? No, that's not..." He pauses. "How many of them?" Lily lowers her eyes, her voice quiet. "Many." A thunderous bang echoes from the front of the building. Another, closer, a third, louder. Wood splinters. Everyone turns. Lily steps forward. Zoe starts to follow her, but Lily turns gently, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Stay with the others, my lady. We'll protect you." Lily turns to step away and passes Emily. She stops, bows, and says softly, "Majesty." Emily blinks, caught between awe and confusion. Kat whispers to some of the boys, "Okay, I know we're in danger, but she's ridiculously stunning." David takes his stance, shoulders squared, fists glowing gold, eyes blazing like starfire. Talia draws her blade, flames dancing along the edge, her eyes crimson and fierce. Thomas straightens, violent flames flickering at his palms, coat billowing from unseen wind. Lily raises her hand as a glowing blue crest forms overhead like a wave cresting before a storm. They stand together shoulder to shoulder between the teens and the threat. Bang! The door heaves one final time, then crashes inward. Harsh lights from vehicles outside flood the room. David's voice rings through the room like fire. "Protect the Seryn at all costs."